Hello, thank you for taking the time today to watch this video. So today I'm going to be talking about a new product from IDTechEx, which is our electric car sales, models and technologies database. So this is a spreadsheet-based tool in Excel, which has a database of electric car sales and specifications from 2015 to 2020 and allows you to have a good look at the market, the trends, historic information going on in this rapidly evolving market. So today I'm going to take you through a quick demo of the product. You'll see quite a lot of the information has been redacted just for promotional purposes, but hopefully this gives you a good idea of what's going to be included in this product. And if you do have more questions, please feel free to get in contact with us. If you've made your way to this video, then you'll be on our website or there'll be links around that as well. So thank you. So I'm going to start off with essentially the homepage here. This gives you links to the main sheets within this product. But let's start off. We have our typical disclaimers and introductions, but let's go straight to the database. So what I've done here is, of course, blanked out quite a lot of the information, but I've left one example open so you can see the sort of information we have. So we see in here we have the BMW i3. We have the manufacturer model, and the variant I'm talking about specifically here is the 120 amp hour battery version. Obviously BMW are based in Europe, and this is a battery electric vehicle. I should mention this database includes battery electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles. And we saw production for this version of the vehicle start in 2019 and is still ongoing, hence why this stop here is blank. And now this is a 42.2 kilowatt hour battery pack using prismatic cells provided by Samsung. And the chemistry for this is NMC622. The cell energy density is approximately 220 watt hours per kilogram with a pack energy density of 152 watt hours per kilogram. The battery pack is cooled with a refrigerant style system. I should mention the other types that you'll see in there are things like air or liquid cooled systems. It has one electric motor, as we move across a little bit here. The combined peak power output of this motor is 125 kilowatts. It is a permanent magnet assisted reluctance type motor. And then when we look here, we see for these sales statistics, this was in Europe. So we see in Europe in 2019, this variant sold approximately 33,000 units. And in 2020 sold around 23,500 units. So you would see this same line with the same specifications for sales in China or the US if that was included in that year. So that's the sort of information you get, but obviously we have a huge amount of models in this database. There are 145 different models, and then we also include that for different sales regions and different variants as well. I should say the database in total, to the minimum, includes the top 20 selling models in China, in Europe, and in the US for the years 2015 through to 2020. But in some cases, we do include more models than that as well. And all these models have at least the battery capacities, cell formats, cell chemistries, and the battery thermal management and motor information. So this is the database. From this, you can pull out a lot of interesting information just for demonstration purposes, and these will also be included in the product as well. We have highlighted some of the key sort of factors. So we have the overall vehicle sales. So we segment this into China, Europe, including UK and EFTA, and the US, and then rest of world. So we have the sales for each of these for battery electrics, plug-in hybrids, and then of course the total of the two. And we have this for all the years through to 2020. And then, of course, we have the plots over here which show that information as well for China, Europe, and the US. And again, of course, for now, we have redacted some of this information just for promotional purposes. Some other interesting sort of information you can pull out of this is to do with the battery. So, for instance, we have here the average battery capacity. So I've highlighted here for 2015, we have the battery capacity for BEVs and the plug-in hybrids, and then that weighted by the sales of those as well. So we can see that down in this chart here, where we can see the different the different battery capacity averages in the different regions going through the 5 years, as well as the total battery capacity sold in each of the regions over the 5 years as well, segmented again into the different regions. And then we also have the energy density at a cell and a pack level for the different, as that's progressed over the years as well, increasing steadily. When we look at cell chemistry, we can see again here, I've just left this first year open for China, but in 2015, we can see the splits between the different cell chemistries included in the database. And then we can plot this market share as well across those 5 years. And again, of course, we have this segmented into China, Europe, the US, and then a global average as well. And again, all these charts are here just for demonstration purposes, but of course, this workbook is completely editable, so you can make your own charts. You know, whatever you wanted to find out from the information in the database, there's a lot of different things you could potentially plot. And finally, we also have the motors. So you could think about the average amount of traction motors being used in a vehicle and the total motors sold over this period in the different regions. Or you could look at the power output of these motors. So again, the average power output, or the total number of motors sold in these different regions as well, and segmented by battery electrics, plug-in hybrids. So just to reiterate and sort of summarize this, the database has an awful lot of information which can provide really useful in terms of determining trends in battery technology or motor technology. And like I say, it really does have a long list of vehicles. And in using this, you can also plot lots of other information aside from what's just plotted here for demonstration purposes. But if you do have more questions, please do get in contact. research@idtechex.com is our email address if you do want to get in contact with us. But otherwise, you'll find links throughout our website and other means of contacting us as well. So thank you very much for listening and having a look at this new product, and I hope you find it interesting.